Hello guys, how's it going? Today I have a video you guys have requested for a long time. People have asked me for some time to make a top 5 worst cell missions video. I made a video some time ago called Top 5 Worst Missions, where I chose a variety of missions. Some cell missions were in there, but it did not focus on selling specifically. On this list, we are going to focus on the various cell missions across all the different businesses. Each business has unique sales except import-export, which is the same one every time, just a car delivery, but to different locations. In order to determine the top 5 worst cell missions, we will be judging them based on how long they take, how much effort is needed, how complex they are, and how vulnerable you are during the cell missions. These are the missions you say, oh no, not this mission, when you get them. Now let's start the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Starting off at number 5, we have the Titan sale for the CEO crate warehouse business. This is the worst CEO sale in my opinion for a variety of reasons. The first one is that all of the cargo is loaded into a very slow plane, and it's a giant target. I prefer the tugboat mission because at least on that one I can use Ghost Organization and just take the boat to one drop. However, with the Titan, even if you use Ghost Organization, it makes a very loud noise when flying over the city, and people are bound to see it. The Titan is extremely vulnerable when you fly over the city, and even though you have a passenger activating a jammer, it only lasts for a short while, and then you can get locked onto, which the Titan has no way to outrun a missile. Not only that, but it can easily be shot down by explosive rounds and jets. The mission itself is even complicated. You have to make 10 drops all over the map, and sometimes enemy NPC buzzards will spawn in this mission and attack you. The buzzards are faster than the Titan and will easily catch up to you. The NPCs use the machine guns on the buzzard and they hit you with perfect accuracy. Even if you have the full armor upgrade, if you start getting shot up by these buzzards, you have no chance. If you do this mission solo and the buzzards start chasing you, then you already failed. It's only a matter of time until it gets shot down, and even if you make 9 out of 10 drops, the CEO cargo will not sell until you make all of the drops, meaning you can lose up to 111 crates. Because the Titan is so big, you have barely anywhere you can land to shoot down the buzzards. If you want to avoid getting this mission, just like most of the other missions on this list, you can close your application, but you will lose 3 crates. Some people would prefer doing that though, instead of this annoying mission. Next at number 4, we have the Mogul mission, which is the worst hangar mission in my opinion. This is footage from about a year ago, when Smuggler's Run first came out, and this is my first attempt at this mission. In this mission, you have to fly 3 Mogul planes if you are selling a full hangar. The Moguls are some of the slowest planes in the game, and are very vulnerable to people. Not only this, but this mission has you fly to 5 separate drops, which are all very far from each other. At least on the Titan mission, they are more closer together, despite having more drops, but it gets even worse. During this mission, you automatically get a 4-star wanted level, which you cannot lose. Even if you try to fly away from the police helicopters, separate police choppers that appear red on the map spawn and go after the Moguls specifically. The NPCs have perfect accuracy and will easily bring down the planes. You cannot purchase an armor upgrade for them either. If you lose even 1 out of the 15 drops, you will lose the big bonus in the hangar, which makes this mission extremely frustrating. This mission needs a minimum of 3 people to fly the planes, but you will still fail 3 people, as the helicopters, they will shoot you down no problem. They'll catch up to the Moguls, so you really need 4 people. 3 people to fly the planes, 1 person to cover them. Since most people sell as CEOs, and CEOs are maxed out at 4 people, this mission should have had 2 Moguls instead of 3, so that you can have 2 pilots and 2 gunners. Even the Bambuska mission is better than this one, because at least there is 3 drops, and you only need 2 people, 1 driver, and 1 gunner to protect the plane. At number 3, we have the DunFAV Cell for the bunker. I dislike this mission so much. The drops are very far from each other and are at ridiculous distances. The minimap also does not give you a GPS route, meaning the CEO president has to mark the route. This is the only bunker mission that requires 4 people, 1 to drive each DunFAV should you be selling a full bunker. Each DunFAV needs to make 5 drops, and while they are somewhat armored, if you get hit by 1 explosive, you will die instantly, because the explosion will kill the driver, who has no protection. The vehicle will still be there, but then some griefer could just run up to it with his oppressor Mark II and destroy it when you respawn. Lastly, the number 1 thing that annoys me about this mission is that you are given only 15 minutes to make the sale, despite being given 30 minutes for resupply missions. This means that even if you make the drops with 3 people and 1 person goes back for the 4th one, you will barely have enough time to complete the sale. Here on my sale, we tried to do it with 3 people and we only got to 17 out of 20 drops, and even with 4 people, if you have a really far bunker like Paleto Bay, you may not even make it. Next at number 2, we have the nightclub police-mercenary. This is the newest cell mission on this list, and the worst cell mission for the nightclub in my opinion. For this mission, you have to drive your vehicle all the way to Paleto Bay from the city. Depending on the cargo amount, it could be a Speedo Custom, a Mule Custom, or a Pounder Custom. If you have the Mule like me, it's going to take you so long to get across the map. And because you are transporting cargo all in one vehicle, you are very vulnerable to cargo griefers. On nightclubs, I do not suggest closing your app because you could lose the whole sale. Even if you activate Ghost, it will end by the time you are halfway there. However, when you do get there, it gets even worse. Not only do you have to drive across the whole map in a potentially slow vehicle, but you have to airlift it with a cargo bob and drop it on a barge in the middle of the ocean. Depending on the vehicle you have, this can be extremely difficult. While it is not that bad with the Speedo, it's terrible with the Mule Custom, as you guys see here. I can barely keep it in the air, and I keep losing altitude. I cannot imagine how terrible this mission would be with the Pounder Custom. That vehicle is bigger than the Cargo Bob and much heavier than the Mule. If I can barely hold the Mule, how would the Cargo Bob handle the Pounder Custom? One small mistake and your cargo can take a dip in the water, then you lose everything. This is why it is very important to gain a lot of altitude before you fly over the water. Once you get to the barge, decrease some altitude, and I personally recommend swinging the vehicle towards the other end of the barge so you are sure it does not bounce off the corner and fall in the water. The only good thing about this mission is you can do it completely solo, but it's still a giant pain for the drive and the amount of effort you have to put in alongside the risk. Before we unveil the number 1 worst cell mission, here we have a special mention, the Merryweather Cell for the bunker. In this mission, you have to take 3 insurgent pickup customs and make 5 drops of each one. You have to wait for the rest of the team before you can go to the next one. And once everyone makes a drop, you have to fight waves and waves of Merryweather. And it can get frustrating with insurgents coming at you and buzzards. The worst part of this mission is that it takes so much time to finish one drop, having to fight Merryweather. The longer you fight Merryweather, the more you are exposed to cargo griefers. Just take a look at this right here. I got ambushed by a bunch of griefers only at the second drop because it was taking too long. They blew up half the cargo, but I left the session quickly, and I was able to save the majority still. However, it doesn't change the fact that this is an extremely frustrating mission. And number 1, the Postop Cell mission for the MC businesses. This is the worst mission on this list for a variety of reasons. The first is that in this mission, you have to drive 3 extremely slow vans. These are the worst land vehicle that you can drive in a cell mission. They can barely handle hills, often rolling down them. They actually go up hills faster in reverse for some reason. They are very slow with terrible acceleration. Once you crash it, it takes some time to regain that speed again. You have to get out of the van at each drop, making you very vulnerable. If you die with the package, you lose 1 drop. And if someone goes after you, then it is very hard to escape them in this van. The Dune FAV, despite killing the driver in 1 explosion, has a better chance of survival, because at least they can try to outmaneuver missiles. This thing has barely any chance to dodge a missile. The 5 drops are so far from each other, making this the longest mission to complete on this list as well. This mission takes a minimum of 10 minutes to complete, and I have seen this mission take up to 16 minutes so many times. The worst part about this mission is that versus all the other missions on this list, this is the only mission where you cannot activate Ghost Organization. Off the Radar will not hide the product. It can only be sold as an MC, and MCs do not have Ghost Organization. This dramatically increases your risk of your cargo being destroyed. I have seen cargo destroyed by other players so often on this mission. Just look at this footage from a few weeks ago. This griefer on the Oppressor Mark II came after the product when I made the first drop. I knew he was going to try to kill me because he was attacking a ton of other people in that lobby. After I made my first drop, I hid the van around the corner and I blew him up. I rushed over to the next drop, but because this van is so slow, he caught up to me easily. I made the next drop, but he killed me, and I spawned so far away from the van, and he blew it up. This mission takes the number 1 spot because of the amount of effort with the drops being so far from each other and having to exit the van each time to make a drop. This mission also takes the longest, with missions that can take up to 16 minutes, sometimes even longer if people crash a lot. And the fact that this van cannot handle any kind of hill terrain and has the worst speed and acceleration. Your risk is the greatest as well because of how easy of a target this vehicle is and the fact that you cannot activate Ghost Organization to hide your cargo. You can for all the other sales, but this one, you can't. I cannot imagine people missing this mission, especially if it is taken out of the game, but it probably never will. At least they could have let us use weaponized box fills. That would have made the mission more easier. And that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. If you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.